Gwenny, thank you for agreeing to do this. I know it's very, very brave of you and very kind. So what do you think Year 11 might want to know, and what's the most important thing, do you think, about choosing what next?
I'd say that one of the most important things is knowing what subject they enjoy, and then knowing where it can take them and like how to get there. But then also knowing what options are available with that desired subject. But then if they don't really have an idea, or like they don't really know what subject they really like, but they have like an idea in the future that they want to do, then knowing what they need to take and what they need to do in order to get to that, I think would be one of the main things, probably.
Who do you think they should talk to find out those sorts of things?
Probably, like you as well, head of sixth form. Their own individual teachers as well. And then if they still are a bit conflicted, they can always do like their own research at home as well on websites and stuff like that. The school websites, I looked at those when I was looking.
Okay, now you made that decision. Would you mind telling me, without any reference to any other school, would you mind telling me why you chose to come to DHSB?
Well, okay, so the only thing I would say is I wanted to change from my other school. So I'd say I had a bunch of reasons why I wanted to go. So like teachers, support, that it was technology-based learning. Like I wasn't really used to that, but it intrigued me. But then I just couldn't really give a reason not to go. But obviously not everyone has that. They might have some cons. So basically the pros outweighed the cons. That's how I did it.
Good.
I wanted to go. I was like, I'm going to go.
And how would you describe it once you got here then? Was it what you expected it to be? How would you describe the sixth form for a Year 11? I know you won't know what it was like for them in Year 11, but how would you describe it to them now?
There's definitely a change, but I'd say it's got more of a balance of like social and study. So obviously you're not going to be studying all the time, but you're also not going to be socializing all the time just because you've got some frees. So I feel like it's quite a good balance. And I don't know, I feel like when you're in sixth form, you might think that you're going to be like alone and it's so independent and stuff like that, but it's not really like that. You do have people around you to support you and stuff like that. So that's what I would say.
Okay, and how would you describe the atmosphere in the sixth form, perhaps in the common room or in lessons?
Actually, atmosphere is like one of the things that I noticed when I was going. So I would say it's kind of relatively relaxed. Like obviously it's going to be stressful because you're in sixth form and there's a workload and stuff like that, but it's friendly and it's not so like, I'm like, obviously I came from a new school, so it was quite a nice transition coming from a new school as well as transitioning from GCSE to A-level in both lessons and the common room, the sixth form centre.
Okay, good, thank you. And what advice would you give to any Year 11s who are deciding at the moment if they're considering A-levels or not doing A-levels? That might be different to the first question.
I'd probably say that they should focus on like what they're interested in and what they're focusing. So if A-levels is the way to go, like be wary that you're going to be doing that subject for another 2 years and you don't want to be doing subjects that you're not going to enjoy. So if A-levels aren't the way to do the thing you want to do, then don't worry, because like obviously if you don't do A-levels you're not going to not succeed in life. Like there is other pathways and stuff like that. But I think again it's like the kind of research and asking people for more information, because that's what I did anyway, because at first I was keen on A-levels and I had like a talk from apprenticeships and I was like, oh, that's actually not what I thought it was, but then I went back to the A-levels. So I think the information is the main thing that you need, yeah.
And if we just finish with, I think I might know the answer, but would you, on a scale of 1 to 10, recommend the sixth form at DHSB or not recommend?
I would definitely recommend it, definitely. High, very close to 10. And that's not even just being biased, like I didn't regret coming here at all.
That's great. Thank you ever so much, Gwenny. Thank you for your time. It's been really useful.